This conference will now be recorded.
All right. We are discussing the data modeling right now. Data modeling or type system right now. Last week we have seen how to create brand new types or tables. How to create brand new types or tables. That means how to create the tables from scratch we have seen. Now today our focus is how to extend existing types or tables. Today's our focus is how to extend existing types or tables. For this, we know that product type is already given. Product type or table already given for us. Assume that given for us with let's say 28 columns. So assume that. So we know that a product table or types are given for us. Assume that with assume that with 28 columns. Okay, assume that with 25 columns. So that means you can see here. So this product table or type is given for us. So assume that 25 columns. So this product table or type is given for us. Let's say 28 columns or 25 columns. This is what given for us. Please understand the scenario. If you understand the scenario, writing the code is very easy. So what I am trying to say is that so what I am trying to say that so this product type or table is given for us. Someone is not muted, please be on mute, Raj. Raj, can you please be on mute? Thank you. So you can see this product table or type is given for us. So that's why if you go to Backoffice, you can go to the catalog, you can see product. So this is the product type or table is given for us. And in that product table or type, we have product code, product name, product status, catalog version, like that we have bunch of the columns, right? So these are all called the columns. So product code, product name, okay, catalog version, approval status, valid from valid to description, sales unit, summary, these are all different columns. So what I'm trying to say that product table or type is given for us, assume that with 25 columns. Now I want to extend this, add two more columns called ChennaTraining product name or ChennaTraining name, ChennaTraining date, ChennaTraining amount. So that means I want to extend the product and create ChennaTraining product. I want to extend the product and create ChennaTraining product. And in this ChennaTraining product, I want to add three columns. That means, can you see this one, please? If I create a product with this, how many column data I have? If I create a product with the product, how many column data I will have?
25.
If I create a product with the ChennaTraining product, how many column data I will have?
28.
Because 25 is from parent and this ChennaTraining product is having three more columns. So therefore 28 columns. That's it. If you understand the difference, we are good. We'll start coding for this. So the scenario is, assume that a product table or type is given with 25 columns. We want to extend this existing one and create a new one called a training product, ChennaTraining product, and add three more columns. So that means if you create a product with this, 25 column data will be there. If I create a product with this, 28 column data will be there. That's it. Now, in this whole process, I am using ChennaTraining product 1, date 1, name 1, like that. I am just using 1 here. Why we are using 1, we will understand after 10 minutes. For now, let's start like that. So therefore, now, okay, so this is the requirement. If this is the requirement, step number 1. Okay, so create new type called what? ChennaTraining product 1 by extending product and add three columns. So that columns are nothing but what? ChennaTraining name, date, amount. Add 3 columns. So this is the step number 1. Next, where can I do this data model changes? You can do the data model changes in the core extension. So therefore, go to the ChennaTraining core extension. ChennaReddyTraining training core extension. Go here, resources, and there is a items.xml file. This is where we do the data modeling. Okay, now I want to create the type. So therefore, go to the design, select the type, click on source so that it will take you to that place. Now I am here. Okay, now the requirement is what I want to create. Can you see this one, please? So this is the requirement. Okay, so I want to create ChennaTraining product 1. Why we are giving 1, 2, 3 like that, I will explain later. For now, I want to create a type called ChennaTraining product 1 by extending product. And we are doing first time, so that's why auto create equal to true, generate equal to true. And the jalos are deprecated, so if you are not using also fine. Okay, can you see this one please one more time? Item type. Okay, code equal to ChennaTraining product. That is what the name I want to give. And extends product. Auto create equal to true, generate equal to true. Now, whenever we are extending other than generic product, what is the best practice rule?
Deployment table.
Okay, deployment table, you no need to mention. So that's why I'm not writing it. Okay, good. Now I created a new type called ChennaTraining product 1 by extending product, and I need to add 3 columns: name, date, amount. So therefore, okay, ChennaTraining name is I want localized. Next, ChennaTraining date, which is of type date. ChennaTraining amount, which is a string. I want to give a string, or you can also give integer, not a matter. Like this, I want to create 3 attributes in this new type. Like this, we coded it. If you have any questions on this code, you can ask me the question. So if no questions, then step number 2. Once you have done these changes, now do the build. When you do the build, what will be generated? Model file will be generated. So here type is what? ChennaTraining product 1. So ChennaTraining product 1 model.java. ChennaTraining product 1 model.java is generated. Okay, ChennaTraining product 1 model.java is generated. Okay, so this got generated. Okay, next to step number 3, start the server and go to HAC and perform update. Start the server, go to HAC and perform update. After performing update, test the results. How do I test the results? Can you see this one, please? Now we have a, okay, now we have the product. We have ChennaTraining product. We have ChennaTraining product. If I create a product with the product 25 column data, if I create a product with the ChennaTraining product 28 column data. Now let me create product with the product first. I'm creating a product with the product first. Okay, so therefore go to the back office, go to the product and click on the product. Okay, so I will say ChennaTraining product to ChennaTraining product. So that means it is the actual product. Okay, next you can have status whatever you want, not a matter, and apparel product catalog staged version. Say done. Okay, so ChennaTraining product 1. Okay, that's it. Now that got created. Now let's look for this ChennaTraining product. Now you can see. Now if I go to this, If I go to this, do you see this training name, training date, training amount? No, you will not find. Okay, you will not find here. Okay, that's it. So that means you will have 25 column data. Now I want to create a product with the ChennaReddyTraining product one. Okay, I want to create a product with the ChennaReddyTraining product one. Now you can expand this. You can expand the product. You can see ChennaReddyTraining product one is coming. Don't worry about this 2, 3, 4 and all. Don't worry about this 2, 3, 4 and all. Focus only product one. In your machine, you will not find this here. In your machine, if you go and see, you will not find this. This is coming. This is coming because just now I coded this. Are you guys are getting me? So this ChennaReddyTraining product one is coming because of this. Because of this extending. So that's why you are getting this. Is that clear, everyone? If you go and see in your machine, you will not find this. If you go and see this one in your machine, you will not find this. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Okay. So now I want to create a product with a ChennaReddyTraining product one. So click on this ChennaReddyTraining product one. So let's give ChennaReddyTraining product one. And the catalog version, let's say staged, say done. So now we have two things, right? First one is what? ChennaReddyTraining product with 25 columns. Now, so ChennaReddyTraining product one should have 28 columns. So 25 columns from the product, 3 columns new one. So you can see, you can search again, CTP. So this is the one. Now let's go to this and go to the administration here. Go to the administration. Go to the administration. Go to the administration. In the administration, you can see, okay, can you observe this one? You can see training name, training date, training amount are coming. Training name, ChennaReddyTraining amount, ChennaReddyTraining date, ChennaReddyTraining name, all these are coming. So this is the results. So that means we have previous one plus this new one. We have previous one plus this 3 one, this new one, all these are coming. That's it. That's it. So that is the output. That is the output here. Now, do you see any challenges with this output? Or are you happy with this output? Do you see any challenges with this output? Do you see any challenges with this output? Do you observe any challenges with this output?
Labels
Yes.
are not properly.
Yes, very good. You can see here, please. If you go and observe, so here you can see apparel space product label. This name, type name is coming properly. So here, so ChennaReddyTraining product one, there is no space, there is no proper type name. Similarly, if you go to the attributes also, so these are the attributes. So you can see, so this is the type name, this is the attribute name, this is the type name, attribute name, type name, attribute name. So these are not having proper names. If you see the other one, text for index, delivery modes, ERP, group buyer, like that we have proper names here. So therefore, here the challenge is what? Type name, attribute names. Okay, attribute names are not proper. So that means no space. Okay, no space, nothing like that. So therefore, the next scenario is what? So the next scenario is I want to create a ChennaReddyTraining product, but it should have proper type names and attribute names. Okay, so therefore, next scenario is, okay, create new type called ChennaReddyTraining product. ChennaReddyTraining product. Okay, so let's say I'm saying product 2. Why I am telling 2? We'll see now. By extending product. So the next scenario is create a new type ChennaTraining product 2 by extending product, but should have these proper names. We want the proper names. Let's see how do I do that. Now, why I am using this 2 is in the real time. Can you please pay attention? Can you please pay attention? In the real time, what you need to do? You need to come and give the proper name for this. If I give the proper name for this, you will not see the challenge anymore. I want to show you this challenge, plus I want to show the results also. That's why I'm creating a new type to show the proper names here, to show the as is names right now, whatever we have in this. So that's why for next example, I'm creating a new type and show the proper names. So that means if I create a product with this, no proper type name, no proper attribute name. If I create with this, we will have proper type name, proper attribute names. To show that difference, I am just creating one more time. That's why I'm using 1, 2, 3 like that. That's why I'm using 1, 2, 3 like that. In the real time, you need to fix for this type itself. Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear, everyone? So I want to just keep the results as is. I want to have this type as is, so that when you create a product with this, you will not have type name, attribute name properly. And I want to create a new one similar to that. In this, I want to have proper name. So that if you create a product with this, no proper names. If you create a product with this, you will have proper names. To show that difference, I am just creating a new type. That's why I'm using 1, 2, 3 like that. Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear, everyone? Why I am using this 1, 2, 3? Okay, so in the real time, you need to fix here only. In the real time, you need to fix here only. Okay, now let's come back to our situation. So therefore, I want to create a ChennaTraining product 2 by extending the product 2, but this time I want the proper names. So therefore, step number 1, let's collect the steps again. Step number 1 is same here, no difference. Okay, create a new item type Chenna product 2 by extending product. So therefore, I can go here, you can see. So new item type ChennaTraining product 2 by extending product, auto create equal to true, generate equal to true, then attribute name, date, amount, name, date, amount, and this is the localized string, date, and string. That's it. So this is the localized string. So that's why if you go to the back office, you will see this is coming. So that is the name is a localized string. So that's why when you go to the back office, you are getting the boxes to enter the equivalent English value, Portuguese value, French value, like that. So this is the date. That's why date figure is coming. Okay. So this is a normal string. That's why one text box is there. This we already discussed last week. Okay. Now come here. ChennaTraining product to extend product. Auto create equal to true. Generate equal to true. Then ChennaTraining product name, product date, product amount. Name is a localized date amount. That's it. No difference. It's the same as before only. No difference. It's same as before only. Okay. Next, what is the step 2 we have done here? We have done the build. Okay, what is the step 2 we have done here? We have done the build. If I do the build, we will get a previous results. So that's why you need to do. So step number 1.1. What is the step number 1.1? Okay, what is the step number 1.1? Step number 1.1 is give proper, okay, type names and attribute names. Okay, so give proper type names and attribute names. How do I give? Okay, how do I give? So if you want to give proper type names and attribute names, then you can see here, please. You can go to this core extension. Okay, or you can go to this localization. You can go to the localization. Then if you want, okay, right now we want English proper names, right? Go to the English, go to the English file. Can you observe the coding, please? Go to the English file, and I want a proper name for what? Type name and attribute name. So therefore, you can mention like this. So this is the type dot type name. Okay, type dot type name. For that, I want to give the proper name called name, and you can mention whatever you want. This will appear in the results. Next, I want to type a proper name for this training name. I want a proper name for this training date. I want a proper name for this training amount. So therefore, type dot type name dot attribute name. Okay, type dot type name dot attribute name dot. For that, I want to give the proper name, and you can mention whatever you want. This will appear in the results. Okay, next, I want to give the proper name for date. So therefore, type dot type name dot attribute name dot name. Type dot type name dot attribute name dot name. You can give whatever value you want. This will appear in the results. Similarly, so type dot type name dot, okay, type dot type name dot attribute name dot name. You can give whatever you want. So this is the change you need to do for the proper attribute names, proper type names. Once you are done with this, again do the build. Okay, so this time ChennaReddyTraining product 2 model.java will be created. Go to start the server, go to HAC, perform update. Now test the results. Okay, now test the results. Can you see this one, please? I will go to the product. I will expand this. Now do you see ChennaReddyTraining product 2 is coming proper name, right? Chenna space training space product space 2. That is what exactly I have given here. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes,
Am I
sir.
disconnected? Am I disconnected?
Clear, Channa.
Okay, good. Right. Now let's come here. So Chenna space training space name 2. Now you can see why I have given, why I have created 2, because I want to keep the old one as is. So that means if you create with this, then no proper name. If you create with this, you will get the proper names. To show that difference, I am doing it. But in the real time, you need to fix it for this only. So now let me create a product with a training product 2. So ChennaReddyTraining product 2. Okay, ChennaReddyTraining product 2 staged version, say done. Okay, so now let's go and search. Okay, so let's go and search ChennaReddyTraining product 2. Now let's see whether we are having the proper name or not. Go to the administration. What are the names we have given here? Chenna space training space name 2, date 2, amount 2. Can you see this? ChennaReddyTraining space name 2, date 2, amount 2. Am I having proper names? Are we having the proper names now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, Channa.
Yes, we are having the proper names. So please remember this here, whatever we are discussing today, it will be there 100% in the real time. It will be there 100% in the real time. So you have to be very careful. That's why today's series of examples are very important. Today's series of examples are very important. That's it. Now you see proper names. Now two things you need to understand. First thing is that, so why are we doing here, and why can't I give proper name in some other places? Why are we using the localization properties? We are using the localization properties. The reason is, okay, Backoffice also can have different languages. So let's say you can see here, these are the names I have given in the English, right? These are the names I have given in the English. So let's say if someone is coming and choosing the French, if someone is coming and choosing the French, now I want to give the French values. So here French value. So here French value. This is also possible here. So that's why if you go to back office, you have an option to choose the language. Okay, so you can see you have an option to choose the language. So let me choose the Italian. Sorry. Okay, so right now English, right? So English. Now let's say select the German. See, this entire attribute names, label names will be converted into German here. Let's see. So that means this back office also, you can make it as localization. Do you see all these are German right now?
Yes, sir.
Some of them are showing in English, some of them are showing in English. Some of them are showing English means no translation. Now you can see. So these are all in the German language. Now let's come to our attributes. Where are our attributes? So Chenna training name. Yeah, these are our attributes. Our attributes are not coming in German. The reason is we did not provide German translation. So you need to go to German file, DE file. This is the German file. So here you can provide a German translation so that our attributes also will come in the German language. Is that clear? Everyone? Our attributes also will come in the German language. Is that clear, everyone?
Yes, Chenna.
That's it. So this is how you can make a back office also localize, back office display localization. Okay, so now that is how you have this property files. That's why we have these property files here. You can go and maintain the equivalent values, then you will pick and display it. That's it. Okay, now let's come here. Let me revert to English again. English, which is the English in this? This one, right? English. So switch to English, then you should be fine. Yes, now all are English coming. Now all are English coming. Now, do you see any challenge with this? Okay, now you got this result. Do you see any challenge here? Do you see any challenge in this? So the answer is yes. The challenge is what? Whenever we are creating attribute, by default, it's coming in admin tab. Okay, whenever we are creating attribute, by default it is coming in admin tab. So definitely your company says, hey, we don't want it in admin tab, we want in our own tab. This is a common requirement. So let's say your company says, okay, so they don't want, okay, your company says they don't want in admin tab, and they want in their own tab, they want in new tab, let's say Chenna, okay, RRS tab, like that. So in that new attribute should come. So like we have a stock tab, reviews tab, okay, like this we have the different tabs, right? Similarly, we want one more tab called Chenna RRS tab. There this new attribute should come. So is that clear? New requirement. What is the next scenario? What is the next scenario? Okay. Next scenario is create new type by extending, okay, by extending product and add columns. Instead of columns, let's use the word called attributes. Add new attributes, then display them in new tab. Okay, display them in new tab. That's it. So now let's see how do I do that. So that means, let me show you the results here. Let me show you the results, you will get idea. So Chenna training product 3. So I am creating a Chenna product 3 here. The reason is, okay, now you can see Chenna training product will have the attributes but no proper names. Chenna training product 2 will have the attributes with proper names in admin tab. Then Chenna training product 3 is what? Will have the attributes with the proper names in new tab. So let me create a product with the Chenna training product 3. Then we will come back and understand the code. So Chenna training product 3, staged version, say done. Chenna training product 3, staged version, say done. Okay, now look at here please, Chenna training product 3. Can you see this one? Now you are getting Chenna RRS tab. First, let's go to admin tab. Let's observe whether we have our new attributes in the admin tab or not. So search with Chenna. See, I don't have that new attributes. Where are the new attributes? New attributes are available in the Chenna RRS. Okay, Chenna RRS tab. So in the Chenna RRS tab, you can see, so this is a training name, training date, training amount are coming. This is the requirement. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, Chenna.
Okay, so this is the requirement. Now let's see how do we achieve this. Now let's see how do we achieve this. So these are very common requirements in the companies here. These are very common requirements in the companies. So that's why you need to practice it. So this is the output we want. So we have a new tab. And also here, one more thing is, yeah, this is also there. We'll discuss those. Or we'll do one thing. I'm just arranging all these things properly so that it is easy for me to explain the code. All right. Now let's discuss the code. So this is the requirement. If this is the requirement, what to do? Okay, that's it. So this is the requirement. This is the requirement, what to do? Okay, so therefore, so the scenario is, this is what we want. The scenario is, this is what we want. So we want to create a new type called the Chenna training product by extending product and add the new attributes. That new attribute should come in my own tab. That new attribute should come in my own tab. So that's the requirement. So if this is the requirement, so please remember this. We want to create in this, what is the new? We want to create new tab, right? For this, we need to do the back office customization. For this, we need to start doing the, we need to start doing the back office customization. For this, we need to start doing the back office customization. How do I do the back office customization? We need to understand now. How do I do the back office customization? We need to understand now. For these two scenarios here, scenario one is, if you have old version, old Hybris version. So let's say 6x version, 6x or 5x version. So if you have old Hybris version, 6x or 5x, then Then, so look at here, please. Look at here, please. Then, okay, if you go here, if you go here, if you go here, if you go here, so this will not be there. So if you are in the old version, then this will not be there here. This will not be there. Instead of that, CMS cockpit will be there. This will not be there. So instead of that, CMS cockpit will be there. So if you go to the old version, then this will not be there. Hence we need to make a copy of Backoffice extension. Is that clear? Hence we need to make a copy of Backoffice extension and write code in that. Is that clear? If you have old version, old Hybris version, let's say 5x version like that, so you will not have this one. Hence, you need to make a copy of Backoffice extension and write a code in that. How do I make a copy of Backoffice extension? I already explained. So let's do one more time. Let's do one more time. So go to the platform. Go to the platform and type anti-extigen. Go to platform and type anti-extigen. Okay, so type anti-extigen. Now you can see, so there is a Y Backoffice here. Do you see Y Backoffice? Yes. So you can select Y Backoffice and hit enter. Now give the name. So let's say ChennaReddyTraining Backoffice. Like that you can give the name. Now give the package com.chenna.backoffice like that. Now do you want a SAS extension? So let it go. Do you want to create a sample widget? You can just go with the default values, not a matter. Now this is done. Now you can see here, please. You can go to the bin, you can go to the custom. Now you got the ChennaReddyTraining Backoffice. In this, you can do the customizations. In this, you can do the customizations. This is how we do in the old versions. In this, you can do the customization. And obviously, when you create a new extension, you need to activate it in the local extensions file. These are all we practiced already. Okay, so therefore we got this extension. In this you can do the customization. That's how we do in the old versions. But in the latest versions, that is not required. Okay, that's it. So scenario 2, in latest versions, we already have this. In latest versions, we already have this, and we can use this for Backoffice customizations. In latest version, we can use this for Backoffice customizations. In latest versions, so we can use this for Backoffice customizations. Is that clear?
That's when using module N it will be created, right?
Yes. Okay, so now we have seen two extensions purpose here. So we understand what is the purpose of star Backoffice here. Star Backoffice is to do the Backoffice customizations. We understand star core. Star core is for data modeling purpose. See, we are slowly understanding what is the purpose of this, what is the purpose of this, what is the purpose of this, what is the purpose of each of this extension. So we know that star core will have data modeling. Now star Backoffice will have our Backoffice customizations. Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so therefore let's recap quickly once. If it is an old version, then you will not have this. Hence you can make a copy of Backoffice extension and write the code in that. How to make a copy of Backoffice extension, just now we have seen. In the latest version, we have this, so we can use this for Backoffice customizations. That's it. Now let's see how do we do this. So let's come back to our requirement. This is what our requirement. So therefore, what are the steps we need to follow? Let me copy the steps as is, what we did in the previous example. Okay, so these are the steps we have done in the previous example. So create a new type. Let me say ChennaReddyTraining product 3. By extending product, add 3 columns. Look at here, please. So ChennaReddyTraining product 3, extend product, So auto create equal to true, generate equal to true. Then training name, training date, training amount. So which is a localized string, okay, date and normal string. Next, I want the proper type names and attribute names. I want the proper type names and attribute names. So if you want the proper type names and attribute names, go to the English file and mention it. You can see type dot type name dot name. So you can give. Next, type dot type name dot attribute name. Okay, you can mention it. Type dot type name dot attribute name. Name, you can mention whatever you want. Name, you can mention whatever you want. And you can do these changes. This will give proper type names, proper attribute names. Proper type names, proper attribute names. Then if I go and do the build, if I go and do the build and complete it, I will get the attributes in the admin tab. Do I want in admin tab?
No.
Do I want admin tab? No, I don't want in admin tab. I want in the new tab. So therefore, now you can do one more step. Let's say step number 1.2. Step number 1.2. What I need? This is the extra now. So let me put the different color. This is the extra we are doing now. What is the so what is the thing I need to do? Do the back office customization to bring the attributes, to bring the new attributes in new tab. To bring the attributes in new tab. How do I do that? Now let me show you the code. How do I do that? Let me show you the code. As I told you, we will do the back office changes in the star back office extension. So you can see there is a star back office extension. So here star means my project name. So we have given the name is ChennaReddyTraining. So therefore go to the ChennaReddyTraining, go to the resources and go to the resources and there is something here. You can see ChennaReddy's back office config.xml. You can go to this and write the code. You can go to this and write the code. And this is the code I am writing in this file. So this is the code I am writing. I will explain that code here. You can listen first. So this is the code I am writing. So let me take this code and put in the paint so that we can discuss it. So this is the code we are writing in that file. What is this code and all we'll discuss now. Okay, so this is the code we are writing. This is the code we are writing. Okay, can you see this code please? So the first one is, okay, we are trying to create a context. Context for what? So, okay, please understand this. We are trying to create a context for this ChennaReddyTraining product 3. So we are trying to create a context for this type called ChennaReddyTraining product 3. And is it having a parent? Yes. What is the parent? Product. What is the parent? Product. And am I doing newly or this product type, right? Is this product type is a new one or existing one? Existing one. That's why we are using merge by type. So we are merging these two types. That's the meaning. So therefore, we are trying to create a context. Context for what the type? ChennaReddyTraining product 3. ChennaReddyTraining product 3. And is it having a parent? Yes. And these two types merge by. So it's not a disconnected one. These are connected one. Next, I want to create this context, right? These things. So there we are using the component called editor area. So that within that editor area, we are doing all these things. So that component is called editor area. Within that editor area, we are doing all these things. Now you can see that editor area name, I am not giving anything. If you want to give name, you can give. Then in that editor area, I am creating a tab. Can you observe this one, please? Are you guys are paying attention? In that editor area, I'm creating a tab. And what is the name I have given here? What is the tab name I have given here? HMC.tab.product.cms. Why we are using HMC? One more point you need to remember. As I told, in the old Hybris versions, we had HMC. In latest versions, we have Backoffice. So that's why in the latest version we have Backoffice. That's why you see most of the names still using HMC. That is the reason. It's not mandatory here. You can give any name. But if you go on to refer the old code, you will see HMC like that. That's why I also use HMC. You don't need to use HMC. But if you refer the old code, we will refer some of the old code now. If you refer the old code, definitely you will see HMC. That's why I just started using that. So therefore, I want to create a tab. Tab name I have given hmc.tab.product.cms. And position means, so at which place? Let's say this is 0, 1, 2, 3 like that. Now I put 14th place. Now here I have given the name is different, but what is coming here is different, right? Here name is different, here name is different. Yes or no?
Yes,
So
Chenna.
this is like a
Yes,
key.
Chenna.
This is like a key, and the value is mentioned in the properties files. Why we are doing like that? For localization. Why we are doing like that? For localization. Now let's go and observe the value for it. Okay, let's go and observe the value for this. So that is called Backoffice labels. Okay, go to the English file and you can see these are the names mentioned. You can see these are the names mentioned. So in this file, these are the things mentioned. In this file, these are the things mentioned. Let me bring into the paint. Now you can see. Okay, now can you see this one please? HMC data tab.product.cms. What is the name we have? What is the name we have? ChennaReddyTraining. So that is what exactly coming here. ChennaReddyTraining tab. That is what exactly coming here. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, Chenna. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good. Next, so therefore, this is like a editor area. In the editor area, we created a tab. Okay, we created a tab. Then, so this is one section. This is another section. Okay, so therefore, we are creating a section. You can see two sections. This is one section, and this is another section. This is another section. Like that, we are creating the sections now. We are creating two sections. Okay, so therefore within the editor area, I'm creating a section, and the section name is what? Okay, this section name is this one. Okay, hmc.section.product.metadata. But here it is coming different. That is coming different because it's a key. That key value mentioned here in the property file. Why we are mentioning the property file? Why can't I write here directly? If you write here directly, localization is not possible. I18N is not possible. Internalization is not possible. You cannot make language specific. Is that clear? That's why we are putting in the properties files. Now this is what exactly coming and displaying here. This is what exactly coming and displaying here. Okay, good. Now, so this is the section. Okay, so this is the section. In this section, what to keep? So please remember this. You can also keep the existing attributes. Don't think that always new attributes you can keep in the new tab. Are you guys are paying attention? Don't think that always you can keep new attributes in the new tab. You can also keep the existing attributes. You can see here, example. So I am keeping these new attributes. Keywords. So keywords is already given for us. I'm just displaying in this. So therefore, the intention here is that don't think that new tab means you can have only new attributes which you created. You can also use existing attributes, existing information. That is the intention behind this section. Is that clear? That is the intention behind this section. You can also use existing attributes, all these things in our new tab. Are you guys are good?
Yes, sir.
Good. Okay. Next, you can see there is a second section. This is the section 2. So this is the section 2. And that section name is what you can see here, HMC section product content slot. And what the name here? So you can see ChennaReddyTraining training product columns. Training product columns. That is what exactly coming here. That is what exactly coming here. Now let's see how do we display the results. So in this section, I want to put my attributes. In this section, I want to put my attributes. What are my attributes? Make sure you are giving the correct names. If you do spelling mistakes and all, it will not work. Even small letters, capital letters, everything matter here. Small letters, cap letters, everything matters. Okay. So now let's come back here, please. So the first one is what? Can you please pay attention? Can you please pay attention? First, let me tell you last two, then we'll come to first one. So last one is what? Name. Sorry, amount. Amount is a string. So therefore, you can see in the editor area, I want to put an attribute. That attribute name is what? Exactly this one you need to give. Qualifier name, exactly whatever you have in the item.xml file, you need to give it. So the moment you give it, so that is what it is coming here. That is what it is coming here. Next, we have one more attribute called date. So therefore, in the editor area, I want to display attribute. That attribute is date. So that's why this is what exactly coming. That's why this is what exactly coming. Next, what can you guys pay attention? Can you guys pay attention? Now we have the name, right? So now we have the name. This name, I want something different like this. Can you see the difference? Are you guys paying attention? So if you see this, it is just a text box where you can type something. But this name is a text box which is having rich text elements. You can apply bold, you can apply italic, you can apply the hyperlinks. Rich text editor I want. For that name, I want the rich text editor. Is that clear? The understanding?
Yes, Chenna.
So if you see the amount is just a text box where you can type it. You cannot do anything. But for name, I want to attach the rich text editor so that you can apply the bold, you can apply the italic, you can apply the hyperlinks, you can increase the fonts, you can decrease the fonts, you can see. So you can see, I want this kind of rich text editor for my name. That means I want to attach the rich text editor for my name. To attach the rich text editor, this is called, okay, so how do I do that? So if you want to do that, so this is the results. Can you see this one, please? So in the editor area, I want to display attribute. That attribute is nothing but what? ChennaReddyTraining name 3, ChennaReddyTraining name 3, and I want to attach that rich text editor. For that, this is the syntax. Editor. Okay, so editor com.hybris.cockpitting.editor.localized, and this is the value we need to put. So if you see here, this rich text editor is called WYSIWYG. What is that meaning here? WYSIWYG. What does it mean? This is not this word we can use in many places here, not just Hybris. So the meaning of this one is what you see is what you get. Editor. What you see is called what you see is what you get. That's what. So you can see here, so this is what you are seeing bold. That is what you see. This is what you see italic. That is what you get it. So what you see, what you get. That is the editor I am applying for name. So because of these changes, you will get these results. Okay. So once you do these changes, now rest all same. So do the build, start the server. Okay. Perform HAC update. Now come and create a product. Now you can see we created a product 3, which is having my own tab name and which is having some standard columns, which is having my own columns and getting the rich text editor, getting the date, getting the amount, and so on, so on. So that's it. That's it. Now let me know if you have any questions on this example. If not, then we'll move to the next one.
Chenna, when we give attribute name in localization file, right? Is that case sensitive?
Is that
Case sensitive? The attribute name.
Yes.
Okay.
No, no. So you are telling this one?
Yeah, those labels.
No, actually, when you are coding it, it's converting into cap letters, but you have a way to convert them to case as is. Case as is means whatever you have, you can get it.
Okay, and when you specify in the localization property file, right? The key is it case sensitive? We can use
Yeah,
lower.
keys are mandatory. Yes. However, you have used the keys, you have to use in the same way.
Okay.
Yeah. These are clear, everyone. How to create a new tab, how to bring to her in this, how to put this rich text editors, and so on, so on, so.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If it is clear, do you see any challenge with this? Or you are happy? Do you see any challenge with this, or you are happy? So the challenge here is that, so let's say, assume that this is a frequent operation. Okay, assume that. So creating Chenna training product 3, Chenna training product 3 is a frequent operation. Frequent option. So that means people creates very frequently. If it is a frequent option, let's see how many clicks I need to do. Can you observe this one, please? Let's see how many clicks. Okay, so now I want to create a product 3. So first of all, I need to go to the back office. Okay, so I'm just refreshing once so that we can see everything from scratch. Go to the back office. Okay, first I need to expand the catalogs. One click. So click on product 2. Expand this arrow 3. Click on this product 3. 4. Enter the information 5. Say done 6. So therefore to create product, how many clicks? How many clicks? 6 are there, and it is also little complex, right? So I need to go here, expand this. Okay, click on this like that. So 6 clicks are there. Now, do you think that a business, this is a frequent operation or frequent option? Do you think that a business may ask, hey, why do I do all these things? Can you bring that to left navigation? So that means they will just ask you to bring to here and click on the plus symbol. Do you think that they will ask?
Yes, sir.
So instead of going to this, instead of expanding this, clicking on this, instead of doing that complexity, they will simply ask her, hey, can you bring this to left side? Let's say customer, click on plus symbol, address, click on plus symbol. For example, you can see here, please. Chenna training product tables. So you can see. So now you can see here, please. Let's say if I am bringing this into left side. So right now to create a product, 6 clicks, and also navigation is difficult. So your company is asking you to bring to left navigation. So that left navigation is called what? Explorer tree. Remember the name here. Okay, so this left navigation is called Explorer tree. So your company is asking you to bring this to left Explorer tree. So if that is available in the Explorer tree, see the results please. If that is available in the Explorer tree, see the results please. Now I want to create a product. So to create a product, let's see how many clicks. So I will come here, expanded this 1, click on this 2, and click on plus 3, enter the information 4, and say done 5. 5 clicks. Okay, 5 clicks. And also navigation is easy. And also navigation is easy, right? So earlier what is happening? I am clicking on this, going here like that, which is very difficult. How do I know my product? If I want to create a product, I need to go to this arrow. So by looking at the plus, people understand, okay, I need to create it. But how do I know that I need to press this arrow? It's kind of a complex. So therefore, so this is the advantage bringing that into left navigation called Explorer tree. Now, did you understand the scenario? Next scenario. What is the next scenario? Okay, create a new type by extending product and add attributes and so on, so on. So then finally bring the type, or display the type in Explorer tree. Is that clear, everyone? Okay, so therefore I want to display like this. I am showing the output also here. So therefore, instead of going here, okay, so instead of going to this catalog, instead of going to this product, instead of expanding this and clicking on this, instead of doing these many, so you can see here how many? 1, 2, okay, 3, 4, 5, enter the data, 6, 7. 7 are there here in the previous one, not 6. Here 7 are there. So that means you reduce the 2 clicks, and also navigation is easy. So therefore, the next scenario output is like this. So instead of putting the new type here, we want to create in the Explorer tree like this. We want to create in the Explorer tree like this. We want to bring here like this. This is the output we want in the next scenario. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay, good. So this is the output we want for the next scenario. This is the output we want for the next scenario. So please remember this. Okay, so as I said, this is the Explorer tree. Let's start understanding the terminologies. This entire black color area, the left one is called the Explorer tree. And TRE, Explorer tree, and this is called node. This is called a node, and the inside one is called subnode. So this is called subnode. So like this, we can have n number of subnodes. You can see this one, please. So if you see the system, so system is like a node. In that we have a OAuth subnode. In the OAuth, you have some more subnodes. Okay. Now, can you observe this one, please? Can you guys pay attention? This is a node, and I click on this is a subnode. I click on catalogs. When I click on the catalogs, it is displaying the catalog table information or type information. That means that subnode is connected with my type. Yes or no? subnode is connected with my type, yes or no?
Yes, Chenna.
Yes. Similarly, I click on this one. Okay, so I click on this one. When I click on this one, I am getting the data here. Means this subnode is connected with my type. This subnode is connected with my type. That's it. That is what we want to do now. Now let's see how do we achieve all these things. So now let me copy and paste the steps as is. Steps are no difference here, only minor differences. Okay, so what did we do in the previous one? Create a new type. Let me say ChennaReddyTraining product 4. Create a new type. Let's say ChennaReddyTraining product 4 by extending the product and create 3 columns. Create 3 columns. How do I do that? So you can see. Okay, so ChennaReddyTraining product by extending the product. Okay, so create 3 columns: training name, training date, training amount. This is the same as before. I'm just trying to create a new ones. The reason is I want to show the differentiation clearly, what was done before and what is new now. In the real time, you need to do everything in the same type to bring into left navigation, to bring into exploratory. Okay, good. So that's the thing we have done in the previous example. Then step number 1.1, what did we do? Give the proper names and attribute names, proper type names and attribute names. How did I do that? How did we do that? Okay.
The local file.
Go to the core extension. Yes. Then go to the core extension. Go to the English file. Go to the English file and mention the name. Okay. So type name. Give the proper name. Give the proper name. Give the proper name. Same like before. That's it. Someone is not muted. Please be mute. Thank you. Next. So the next one is what? Okay. So we have given the proper names. And if I do the build and all, we will not. Okay. So now my requirement is what? I want to bring this into the left navigation exploratory. So therefore, do the back office customization to bring new type, to bring new type in exploratory. Okay, so do the back office customization to bring new type in exploratory. How do I do that? Okay, as I said, we need to do back office customization. Where can I do back office customization? In the back office config.xml. Go there, and this is the code we will write. This is the code we will write. Now I'll explain this code now. This is the code we will write. Now let's understand this code. Okay, so this is the code we will write it. So we will understand this code. Okay, first one. Can you see this one, please? As I said, this is called exploratory. So therefore, the component which we are using is exploratory. So earlier the component was editor area. So earlier the component, whatever we had here, that was editor area. Now the component is what? Exploratory. Now the component is what? Exploratory. This is the component, exploratory. So therefore, I am trying to create a context for the exploratory. I am trying to create a context for the exploratory. I am trying to create a context for the exploratory. Next, every component will have, so you can see here, please. This is the exploratory, right? This exploratory is having the namespace, you need to import it. This exploratory is having the namespace, you need to import it or you need to use it. So that exploratory meaning will come and available for your context. It's like this here. In the C language, if I want to use printf, what do I use? In the C language, if I want to use printf, what do I use? In the C language, if I want to use printf, what do I use here? In the C language, if I want to use the printf, what do I use? I will use has include stdio.h, right? Has include stdio.h. So that means the printf meaning is available here. Similarly, the exploratory, okay, corresponding things are available in the namespace. So that's why you need to use that namespace. That's why you need to use that namespace. That's it. Next, inside the exploratory, I want to create the node, right? This is the node I want to create. Inside the exploratory, I want to create the node. Okay, inside the exploratory, I want to create the node. So that's an exploratory navigation node. And node ID is what here? HMC tree node ChennaReddyTraining. But it is coming different here. So that is coming different here because whatever you have here, it's a ID or key. That key is defined in the property files. That key is defined in the property files. You can see. So hmc.tree.ChennaReddyTraining. What is the name we have given? ChennaReddyTraining tables. That is what exactly coming here. That is what exactly coming here. Is that clear?
Is HMC mandatory to be mentioned?
I said in the discussion. Okay. So in the old version we have a HMC. Okay. In the old version we have the HMC. That's why I'm just following that name or that standard. You don't need to follow. You can use anything. When you refer the old code, you will see all the HMC because in the old versions we had HMC, not the back office. I just use the same naming standard. It is not mandatory. You can give whatever you want. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Good. Now let's come back here, please. Good. Now, so that is how you can create the node. Then in that you need to create the sub node. In that you need to create the sub node. So exploratory node type and node type. The ID is nothing but what? You can give any ID. Okay. And when you click, can you guys pay attention? Can you guys pay attention? When you click on this, I need to load this context. So that means I need to load the type data. So that's why you need to mention that when you click on that, what exactly you need to hit. What exactly you need to hit. So that's nothing but my training product 4. Now it is talking to the training product 4. When you talk to the training product 4 is giving the results, right? That results you need to display here. For that you can create one more context. For that you need to create one more context. For this you are creating one more context. For this you are creating one more context. So therefore context type equal to this one, and displaying records like this is called list view. So you are listing the records here. Can you guys pay attention? So let's say I click on the agreements or titles. So these are listing the records. This is called list view. So therefore the component what you need to use list view. The component what you need to use is list view. So list view will have the namespace, import the namespace of the list view. Okay, now you can ask a question, how do I know these namespaces? Then, okay, how do I know these namespaces? No problem here, we will see, I will show you the existing code. How the code is there in the existing. So that based on that, you can pick the syntaxes and use it. Because this Backoffice is having, Backoffice is not new. You can see there are so many nodes, so many subnodes, everything is there. That code I will show you so that you can pick from there and use the syntaxes. That is the easiest way. Are you getting me? Now you should have a question. What is the question? Oh, how do I know this list view namespace? How do I know this exploratory namespace? Don't worry about that here. So you can see this Backoffice, exploratory, node, subnode, like that. So much of code is already given. I will show that code. From that you can pick whatever you want for current scenario. That is the easiest way to find out. Else you need to refer the documentation. Documentation will take lots of time because documentation is very huge. It will take lots of time. Instead of that, we will go and see how this B2B approvals is given, how the merchant is given, how B2B commerce is given. Based on that, you can pick the corresponding code and start applying for your nodes and sub nodes. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So that is the list view namespace. Then in this list view, I want to display my name, display my date, display my amount. So that's where you can see here, please. Can you guys pay attention? In that list view, in that list view, I want to have a column. That column is nothing but my name. I want to have one more column that is nothing but my date. I want to have one more column that is nothing but my amount. So make sure these names, whatever you are mentioning, these qualifiers, whatever you are mentioning, must be same as your item types names. If there is any capital letter, small letter and all, it will not work. So this is how you can code it so that you can get the node, sub node, and you can get the list view to display the records. You will get the list view to display the records. You will get the list view to display the records. That's it. Okay, once you are done with this, now do the build, start the server, perform the update. Now this is the results. This is the results. Now you can, customer can come now, company, let's say you are working for Chroma company, then so they want to create a product, they can come here, click on plus symbol, you can see, click on plus symbol and they can add it. That's it. Is that clear? Any questions so far? If you have questions, you can ask me, else we'll see the next scenario.
This conference will now be recorded.
All right. So now we have seen this scenario and we have seen how to create the node, subnode, all those things. How to create the node, subnode, all these things we have seen. And we can also see how this advanced search is, we can also see how this advanced search is created and all with OOTP code. And if you want to create this advanced search by yourself for your item type. So, okay, for your item type and how to add all these things, we'll see that code tomorrow with the OOTP code so that you can copy this. Even if you see here, whatever we have written, whatever I typed here, I just taken one of the existing OOTP type node. I have taken the existing OOTP code. I just changed the names. That will work, 100% will work. We'll see that tomorrow. Okay, now we have covered so many scenarios, right? What are the scenarios we covered? Okay, we have covered how to create a type, how to create a type and extend existing type, and how to create new attributes and how those comes in the admin tab. Okay, how do we give the proper names, how to bring to new tab, and how to bring to new node, new subnode and all. Then one scenario we need to cover now. What is the scenario? So till now, whatever we covered is what? New type by extending existing one. And we created a new view altogether, right? Okay, new view altogether we created. New list view altogether. Okay, so new view we created. This is what we have done till now. Assume that now I am telling the next scenario here. Next scenario is assume that list view already exists and you need to add in the existing list view. So that means, let me tell you the scenario. So let's go to the users. Users. Let me go to the agreements. Can you see this one, please? Users and agreements. So there is no agreement name. If you go to your computer back office, do you see agreement name? You will not find here. If your back office is up and running, go and check. Do you see agreement name? You will not find it. If your back office is up and running, you can go and check. Agreement name will not be there. So what I am trying to say the scenario is this node already exists, this subnode already exists. In the previous example, what did we do? In the previous example, node already, created a new node, created new node, created new subnode, created new subnode, and created new list view. Is that clear? This is what we have done in the previous example. Is that correct? Is that correct?
Yes, Chenna.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So this is what we have done. Now in the current example, now the next scenario is, so you can see here, node already exists, subnode already exists, this list view also exists, but there is no agreement name. I want to create this agreement name. Create this agreement name and display in the existing list view. Agreement name and display here. Is that clear? This is the requirement. These are all exist already. The orange color already exists. Only red color we need to do. So let me give the green color. Green color means exist. These are all already exist. Now I want to do the red colored one and display there. Is that clear requirement?
Yes, Chenna.
If the requirement is clear, now you can tell the answer here, because we practiced almost 6-7 examples till now. You can tell the answer quickly. So step number 1 is what? I need to create the agreement name in the existing agreements. So therefore, create agreement name attribute by extending agreement type. Is that clear? Okay, create agreement name attribute by extending agreement. So therefore you can see here. Okay, so item type my agreement. You can also change it to here, let's say RRS agreement, whatever you want you can give it, not a problem. My agreement, extend agreement, generate equal to true, create equal to true. Now I want to create an attribute called agreement name, which is of type a string. Then you can write the qualifiers whatever you want. That's it. Now do you want a proper name for this? Okay, so step number 1.1, give proper name for attribute. Give proper name for attribute. Where do I give it? Tell me. I can go to the local dot properties and you can give it. You can see. So this is what the code. So type dot. Okay, you can see the flow, please. Type dot, type name dot, attribute name dot name. So therefore, type dot, type name dot, attribute name dot name. So I am giving the my agreement name, That is what exactly coming in the results. Agreement name. So whatever you are giving here, that will come in the results. That's it. Next, step number 1.2. Step number 1.2, this agreement name attribute should come in the existing list view. Okay, so do the back office. Okay, customization to display agreement name attribute. So for that, where do I do the changes? You can do the changes in the star Backoffice extension. So let me go to the star Backoffice extension. In that there is a Backoffice config.xml. In that, this is the code we are writing. Now let's discuss that code. You can understand it very easily now. Okay, so this is the code we are writing. So the first one is what? Can you see this one, please? As I said, this entire section is called exploratory. So therefore, we are trying to create a context for that, so that you are able to use it. Creating the context means you are getting the hold of that section. Then that particular okay, so this particular exploratory is having the namespace. So therefore, import the namespace. That is the second line. Then in that, okay, can you guys pay attention? In that, I need to go to the node. So that node is user. Now, can you guys pay attention? Can you guys pay attention? Earlier I said this ID we can give whatever we want, right? Now ID you must give the same because you are using the existing one. Do you see the difference between earlier and before? Sorry, earlier and now.
Yes,
Earlier we created our own node, we created our own tab, we created our own subnode. That's why you can give any ID. But this time you are not creating the node. You want to use the existing node. That's why this node name must be same as before. If you give something different, then you cannot. Is that clear?
yes, Chenna.
Then you can ask the question, how do I know this ID? That is what I told you. So we will see this tomorrow, how to see the existing code. So from the existing code, you can find out what is the ID of this user, what is the ID of this agreements and all. That is the easiest way. So we'll see that tomorrow, existing code. So therefore that ID. Then in that subnode is this one, agreements. So here also you must use the same existing ID. That's it. Then when you click on this, you need to create the list view for your my agreements. So that's why make sure you are creating a context. Make sure you are creating a context for my agreements. Make sure you are creating a context for my agreements. So make sure you are creating a context for my agreements that is having a tenant called agreement, and you want to use the list view, right? So list view will have the namespace, import the namespace. List view will have the namespace, import the namespace. Now here you need to create a column. So in that list view, create a column. There you can display the agreement name. So make sure you are giving the same name whatever you have here. This qualifier name as is you need to put here, so that this particular attribute list view will come in this results. Like this, you can also extend the existing one and create the list view for your attributes. This also you can practice. This also you can practice. That's it. This is the code for this. Now let me go through the nodes once here. So these are the examples we covered just now. So these are the code here. As I mentioned, right, I just given the screenshots only. The reason is I want you to type. When you type, definitely you may do some small letters, cap letters mistakes. So that will give you a lot of knowledge to learn. That's it. So like this we have, and I also given one more example to practice this one. You can see you can also practice this courses one. Okay, you can also practice this just same as like this one, but one more example I have given, courses example, you can practice it. Okay, so then you can see all these things. So agreement names, all those things. Okay, so that agreements, so this is the advanced search. So who asked that question? Raj, right? You can see. So how do I see this advanced search code? This is the advanced search code. So this I am going to cover tomorrow. So that advanced search code, that operators, where are those operators? If you want to add one more operator, how to do it? All these things I will show that code tomorrow. So this is step 1, step 2. Wizards are there, right? That wizards code where it is available. All these things I'll show tomorrow. Okay, that's it. So then the next one is, let's say, can you guys pay attention? I want to take your time another 3-4 minutes. Now let's say you are attending one interview and he will ask, let's say you are telling, I have done the back office customization. So let's say you are saying, I have done the back office customization. Then they may ask the exam, okay, so what kind of back office customization we have done? So then you will tell, I created a node, subnode like that. I created a node, subnode, tabs, so on, so. If you tell like that, that is fine. Instead of telling I have created a node, subnode like that, you can give this scenario, please. The scenario is, in the SAP system, customers are classified into 3 types. in the SAP system here. Like when you take the credit card, you have a credit card types. What are the credit card types here? When you take the first time credit card, you will be what? Silver, gold, platinum, right? You will be what type of customer, or what type of card you will have? Silver card or gold card or platinum card?
Something like silver card.
Silver card. So based on the usage, based on the amount, based on the history, they will convert to gold. Then based on the usage, history and all, they will convert into platinum. So similarly in the SAP system also, you have a customer classification. So you can see here, if any customer is spending more than 80K, class A. If any customer is spending 20K to 80K, then class B. So if any customer is spending 0 to 20K, class C. Like this, in the SAP system, this customer classification is there. Now this is in the SAP system. Now let's say you can tell that, oh, my company wants to manage this classification from Hybris Backoffice. So that's why I have created a node and I have created a sub node. The moment they click on the sub node, it will show the existing customer list view. It's like this. Can you see this one, please? The moment they click on this, it will show the existing customers list view, and I have an option to create a new customer and modify it, and so on, so. So therefore, how you need to explain the scenario? In the SAP system, we have a customer type, class A, class B, class C. So class A means platinum. Let's say who spend more than 80K. Class B means 20K to 80K. Class C means 0 to 10K. Like this, these are all managed in the SAP system. My company's requirement is manage this in the back office. Manage from the back office. Back office means it's a browser-based application, right? So you can run this in your computer. I can run this in my computer. As long as you have the URL, you can hit it and do it. As long as I have the URL, I can hit it and do it. If it is a SAP, you need to install it and do it. If it is a SAP, I need to install it and do it. That's the problem. Okay, so therefore I created a node and sub node for that ABC. That is called ABC customer classification here, or ABC customer type. So I created a node called ABC customer type and sub node. The moment we click on the sub node, we are displaying the existing information. So with the type ID, okay, then type level, silver, gold, platinum, and threshold. Now we are giving the flexibility to edit it and modify it, delete it, add it, and so on, so on. So for this scenario, we have done the back office customization. Like that, you can take this scenario and explain so that people will be happy instead of telling I created a node, sub node like that. So that's all for today. Okay. So if you have any questions, go ahead and ask. Else, so this scenario is explained clearly here. That is called ABC customer classification. Everything is explained here. So I explained with the courses, all these things, right? Instead of courses, you can tell this example, or instead of that Chenna training product and all, you can tell this example. That's it. Okay. So above scenario is similar to our Chenna training courses. That also I mentioned here. That's it. So that's all for today. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask. Else we are good for today, and tomorrow we'll continue on this back office customizations. But tomorrow our major focus is to see the existing code. The reason is back office is having lots of things which are already given for us. If you know where to find the existing code, then it's easy for us to write the custom code. So that's why we'll spend some time tomorrow, at least 1 hour, to understand this existing code. That's all for today. If you have any questions, go ahead. Else we are good for today.
Thank you, Chenna.